Welcome students again into the 11th class of chemistry. Now today we are learning the new chapter, chapter number 11, adsorption and colloids. Now you are familiar with the word these colloids or colloidal substances. We will see in details in this chapter about the colloids. The particles having the size of nanometer generally forms the colloidal substances or colloids. But first we have to learn about this adsorption. Now this adsorption word is totally new for you. What is meant by this adsorption? You know about the absorption. There is only the difference of D and B in the spelling of adsorption and absorption. Now absorption is just like water absorbed into the sponge. You know the absorption. Generally in absorption, the one substance penetrate into the bulk of the another substance totally as well as on the surface also. For example, suppose this is the piece of sponge and water is absorbed in the bulk of that sponge. Now that is absorption. But adsorption is only the surface phenomenon, because in adsorption one substance that may be liquid or gas only get concentrated or accumulated on the surface of the another substance, only on the surface, and it does not penetrate into the bulk of that substance. For example, suppose this is the piece of charcoal. This is charcoal. Charcoal is very good adsorbent. That means on the surface of the charcoal there is accumulation of the gas molecules such as nitrogen, hydrogen, or liquid also get adsorbed on the surface of the charcoal, or the coloring matter also get adsorbed on the charcoal. So that is the adsorption. Now what is the definition of adsorption? See here, concentration or accumulation of one substance, it may be gas or liquid, on the surface of another substance. Generally it is solid, is called, this phenomenon is called as adsorption. So concentration of the one substance on the surface of the another substance, this phenomenon is called as the adsorption. The adsorption phenomena is caused by London or dispersion forces or by the van der Waals forces, because there are the cohesive or van der Waals or the London forces also between the different substances molecules, and generally the molecules on the surface are always in the imbalanced force. We know that in the, that is the vapor pressure, we draw a figure of, that is the surface molecule and the molecule which is present in the bulk. Now the molecule which is present in the bulk is attracted by all the molecules on all the sides of that substance. So there are the balance forces in the bulk of the molecules in the bulk. But the molecules which are present on the surface, they are only attracted by inner sides, and the surface acquire that is the surface tension, that is it get shrink, and their unbalanced forces get attracted by the another which are present in the space. Now in this way, if we dip a spoon in the milk and drawn again that spoon, we see a thin film of the milk on that spoon. That is the adhesive forces or cohesive forces, van der Waals forces, which are present in the molecules of the milk and the molecules which are present on the surface of the spoon. The material of the spoon which is made, that molecules and the milk molecules have the attractive forces, and due to that there is the adsorption. Or if we also, that is if we take the bottle from the fridge and kept for some time on a table, what happened? There are the droplets on the outer side of the surface of that bottle, and that are attracted from the atmosphere. The water vapors are attracted from the atmosphere on the surface of that bottle. Now that is also the phenomena of adsorption. Now these adsorption are caused due to the unbalanced forces present on the surface, or saturation forces present on the surface of the substance. Now adsorption phenomena is caused by the dispersion forces or van der Waals forces, or that is the cohesive adhesive forces, in attractive forces. It is the additive forces, all of the present in all of the atoms. Now surface tension is also related with this adsorption, because the molecules which are present on the surface of the liquid or surface of the substance always have the surface tension, that is the tangential force which is perpendicular to the surface of that liquid. We know in the state of matter about the surface tension. So surface tension is generally minimized on the surface of the substance, and that is that cause the phenomena of adsorption. Now let us learn some terminology or terms which are used in this adsorption phenomena. Now terms involved in adsorption. The first term or the word is the adsorbent. Now what is this adsorbent? In simple language, charcoal is the adsorbent, because on the surface of charcoal there is the accumulation or concentration of the different gases or liquid, and that liquid or gas which get adsorbed on that adsorbent is called as the adsorbate. So see here, this is the piece of charcoal, this is adsorbent, and the particles which get concentrated or adsorbed on the surface of that charcoal, it's called as the adsorbate. So there are the two different terms, adsorbent and adsorbate. Now how we can define the adsorbent? The material or the substance present in the bulk, because adsorbate is always present in the form of bulk. So the material or the substance present in the bulk, and on the surface of which, on the surface of that material, adsorption takes place, is called as the adsorbate. And the best example is the charcoal or silica gel, also work as that of the adsorbent. So the material of the material or the substance on the surface of which the material or the substance present in the bulk, and on the surface of which adsorption takes place, is called as the adsorbent. Now What is the definition of adsorbate? The different gases or the liquids acts as the adsorbate. Now the substance getting adsorbed on the surface of adsorbent, the substance which getting adsorbed on the surface of the adsorbent is called as the adsorbate, and the example is the hydrogen, nitrogen gases or some liquids also. Now let us comparison or compare between the adsorption and absorption. So let us learn the comparison or distinguish between adsorption and absorption. Now the first point of the adsorption and absorption is in this. Adsorbed matter is concentrated. Adsorbed matter is concentrated only at the surface of the adsorbate and does not penetrate through the surface into the bulk of the adsorbent. So, adsorbed matter is concentrated only at the surface of the adsorbent and does not penetrate through the surface into that bulk of the adsorbent is called as the adsorption. So, adsorption is a surface phenomenon. Only on the surface of the adsorbent the substance get adsorbed. But what is absorption? Absorbed matter or absorbed material is uniformly distributed inside the bulk of the substance. Absorbed matter uniformly distributed inside the bulk of the substance and also on the surface of that substance is called absorption. It is the absorption is a bulk phenomenon. Absorption is a bulk phenomenon and adsorption is a surface phenomenon. Remember that. Now this is the difference between adsorption and absorption. Let us learn the another points which compare the adsorption and absorption. So pay attention again on a blackboard. Now we are learning the comparison or difference between the adsorption and absorption. The first point we already learned that adsorption is a surface phenomenon and absorption is a bulk phenomenon. Now the second point of difference between the adsorption and absorption is that the concentration of adsorbate is high only at the surface of the adsorbent. What is happening in adsorption? The concentration of the adsorbate is only high on the surface of the adsorbent. Only on the surface of the adsorbent. But what is in absorption? Concentration of absorbate or adsorbate is uniform throughout the bulk of absorbent. Now here is the absorbent such as sponge. Now this adsorbate uniformly absorbed between the bulk of the absorbent. What is the third difference between adsorption and absorption? Now this adsorption is dependent on temperature and pressure. Generally, adsorption is favorable at low temperature and at the high pressure of the gas. So it depends on temperature and pressure. But there is no any that is effect of temperature or pressure on the phenomena of absorption. So absorption is independent of temperature and pressure. At any temperature and pressure, the adsorbate penetrate into the absorbent. So, what is the next difference? Fourth difference, adsorption is accompanied or adsorption is related by evolution of heat known as heat of adsorption. Remember, generally when there is the adsorption process or when any gas or liquid adsorb on the surface of the adsorbent, what happen? There is heat get evolved. It is the exothermic process, and that evolved heat is called as the heat of adsorption. But in case of absorption, absorption is not accompanied by any evolution of or absorption of heat. There is no any evolution or absorption of heat during the process or phenomena of absorption. But adsorption is always accompanied by evolution of heat, and that heat is called as heat of adsorption. Now next point is that adsorption depends on surface area. As there is the more than surface area, greater is the adsorption. That means if there is the large surface area, then the adsorption is also more. So adsorption depends on the surface area. So generally finely divided metals such as platinum or palladium are used during the hydrogenation process. We know that is finely divided powdered material of that is platinum, palladium or Raney nickel are used as the catalyst for the adsorption of hydrogen gas, because finely divided material have more surface area than that of the bulk of that material. So adsorption depends on the surface area. But absorption is independent of surface area. There, because the adsorbate penetrate into the bulk of the absorbent. So surface area do not have matter about that. So it is independent of the surface area. Now the catalyst generally acts as the good adsorbent, and then the gaseous reaction becomes rapid or fast, because the adsorbent hold the gases on the surface of them, and there is the concentration of that gas increases, and due to which the rate of the reaction increases. So surface area is more important in case of the adsorption, this adsorption phenomena. Now what is the examples of the adsorption? Adsorption of gas or liquid like hydrogen, nitrogen, or liquid like acetic acid by the activated charcoal. Activated charcoal is very good adsorbent. Silica gel is also the adsorbent. And what are the examples of this absorption? Absorption of water by sponge or cotton. Cotton also absorb or soak the water. So absorption of water by sponge or cotton, or absorption of ink by the blotting paper. We tip the ink by the blotting paper, which is get spread on the table or anywhere. So absorption of the ink by the blotting paper is also the example of absorption. Now this is about the adsorption and absorption phenomena. In the next lecture, in the external lectures, we are learning the types of the adsorption. There are also types of adsorption such as physical adsorption and chemical adsorption. Physisorption, in short, physical adsorption is called as the physisorption, and in short, chemical adsorption is called as the chemisorption. How they are there, what are the different types of adsorption, we will learn in the next lecture. But if you understand the difference or the comparison between the adsorption and absorption in this video, and again the different terms used in the adsorption as the adsorbent and adsorbate, and what is actually the phenomena of adsorption. If you learn all these very well and understand very well in this video, then you subscribe, like and share this video to the another students of the 11th science, and tell them about the importance of this video, and also tell them to subscribe and like and share this video, because for the entrance examination this video is very important. Thank you, students.